Hi, I'm Katie Bernet, author of Beth is Dead, which is a modern reimagining of Little Women as a YA mystery thriller in which Beth is found dead in chapter 1. In honor of First Chapter Friday, I'm going to read a little bit from chapter 1. Chapter 1 is written from Joe's perspective, and this excerpt picks up after Joe has woken up to discover that Beth never came home from Sally Gardner's New Year's Eve party. So she and her other sister Amy are really worried, and they're going to look for Beth. Amy storms ahead of me, leads me into the cold. When the wind blows, she tightens her arms across her chest, but her teeth chatter like her body's too exhausted to keep warm, like she didn't rest at all last night. As we trudge toward the end of the block, Laurie's house looms overhead. He's the only kid in town who lives in a modern home instead of an old colonial, the result of his grandparents having just enough money and influence to sway the historical society into allowing her to build new. His room looks dark, and I figure he must be sleeping. He and I have forgone Sally's party since we met there freshman year because both of us hate that sort of thing, but he usually stays up well past midnight toasting champagne with his grandmother. She's the best company, he always says. Out of nowhere, Amy stops and we collide. My voice comes out on a forced exhale. What are you, Joe? She gazes into the distance, squatting for a better view up the street. What is that? I shove past her, less than amused. I know you hate the shortcut, but this is getting a little... Joe, wait. She tugs my coat hard and stares at the hill beside Laurie's house, a steep luge of rocks and tree roots. I thought I saw... Without warning, she charges ahead, tearing through brush and snow. Amy, I yell, but she keeps going, forging up the hill beside the bridge. Amy, stop. She ventures into the trees, takes an uncharted path up the steepest rocks. You're going to fall, I say. She stops at the base of an old gnarly tree, and her phone slips from her hand, her knees bending ever so slightly as if the earth is shifting beneath her. I draw a shaky breath, come down from there. But just then she lets out a sound that I'll never forget as long as I live. Her voice breaks from her chest, brittle and crumbling. Beth? That single syllable echoes down the street, and all other sound falls away. Snow clings to the air, for a moment unmoving. Amy screams, Joe! She grips her knees, shuddering, Joe! Without a thought, I run, and unlike Amy, I don't stop, only slow. The sight at the base of the tree is so unimaginable that I'm pulled toward it. At first, it's like a poem that doesn't make sense until you've read it a few times. Beth is lying in the snow, and the snow is red. And the red isn't just pooled around her, but seeping from her. And her eyes are open, but behind them, she's gone. And that is Beth is Dead.